Well, of course it is from your perspective. Restream seems to be receiving you, but
no
Twitch is still offline. Never mind the statement about Twitch. They're there. YouTube, not yet. Correction about YouTube, feel free to start.
Okie dokie. Right.
J-Dog seems to be upset. Apparently you don't seem to appreciate his cooking enough.
Oh, I appreciate J-Dog's cooking.
Didn't sound like it to him.
Right, is that reachable? Apparently it is. I'm not sure how they reach that, but they do. Okay, so what I've done here, I've decided we're going to make this one wider, and that's to fit in this hydro switch, so that the pump is only going to work when the hydro switch is on. And we needed more room to make that happen. Oh, scolding. Who's scolding? Tammy was. Let's just have a look. We'll get Tammy in the bed.
On a side note, did you say hello to Potato Jim Hon and the Spotted Cow?
Hello, Potato, Jim Hon and Spotted Cow. Welcome back.
And Jim Hon doesn't get any cheese. And I didn't even say anything, but Ralph already provides me with salt. I'm kind of starting to get the feeling you're abusing the salt command, so maybe I'll have to disable it.
Yeah. We like the salt command.
I know they like the salt command, but they're not using it properly. Jim Hon believes that the mir.exe has crashed and should be restarted and tried again. It's a fair point. Too much salt, I suppose.
Okay, right. Now down here has somebody... Yes, they've built this. Let's dig that and we'll get a new ration box built. Let's see. Sandstone will do. We want that as a high priority. Get that done.
Apparently, dispensing salt is the greeting among chat people.
Mir,
Yes.
where have you got yourself trapped?
That's on them.
There.
Okay. Vladdy has returned too.
Hello,
and
Vladdy.
Potato would like to know if there's a sugar command for Sal yet. No, of course not.
Right, Mir, you are gonna sleep in steaming water.
Hooray. Maybe I'll boil to death. And Bill also says, righty-ho, here we go again. So say hello to him.
Hello, Bill also. And we do actually want to dig down to there anyway.
Mir's Rare Stone number 14, Salted Mir Death upcoming.
Come on, Mir, dig yourself out. The one below you. Oh, somebody else has already got it. There you go. Now you can get out.
You followed my plan again.
Okay, so now we can build... Is it still on Abyss Light? Yes, good. We'll close that off there. And we'll build this to here. We're actually going to need that ladder to go up one more. So that ration box should have been built by now. Let's zoom out a little. Yes, so that one, we want that on a 7. This one, we want to deconstruct. And that should make a difference. Okay, Jade Dog, it's all up to you. Let's make sure, yeah, that's on a high enough priority that you'll focus on cooking. Okay, and now we can get in these two. What you doing, mate?
Realizing that some of the links unfortunately seem to have broken down in the description, so I'm fixing those.
Ah.
But Jim Horn points out that my plans have been foiled again by those meddlesome cells. Well, I doubt that. She's dead, but alright.
Yeah, I'm still not back in the game yet. I will be.
She probably won't. She'll constantly exclude herself because she's deader than us.
Okay. Now we'll put in those two. Actually, before we do that, let's have a sweep. We'll have a priority 6 sweep here. Even though that water's really hot.
Potato would like to point out that you've got a lot of junk in that pool of water.
Yeah, and I want to clean that out. Now let's have a look at
Yeah, you
the
might
hydro
want to.
switch. We want it to activate if it's above.
Vladdy wants me to just face the
Anything.
fact that I can't accidentally die. Oh jeez, the tongue twister is back. Romanowski and Edita says that they're back and they ask if you need money for the day. I'm pretty sure her colony operates on favors alone, so she'll be fine on money. What I mean, favors. It's basically slave labor. But still, thank you for the offer. And Taka's back too, you should say hello.
Hello, Taka, welcome back.
You didn't say hello to Romanowski and Edita. I'm pretty proud of myself there for pronouncing that.
Hello, Romanowski Edita.
Romanowskian
Romanowskian
Edita.
Edita.
Yeah, where was I?
I don't know.
Taka wants to know if the fun of fixing links is set on the stream or on a web page. No, it's just the stream, don't worry. I usually try to not touch the web pages that I'm responsible for while we're streaming. But no, I have not taken the time off to have a time with my boiler wife. I don't like the idea of there being a boiler wife. And now that I said it, people are more encouraged to point out that I apparently do have one. Diekick is confused. He thought you stopped streaming. Well, she did, to make for some nice, sizable episodes on the YouTube archives.
Yeah.
You know, keeping them at 1 hour length makes them watchable for people.
And to give my computer a break in between, because with it being an early access game, it does tend to be, and my computer's been a bit crashy recently, it does tend to crash every so now and then. And I found if I stop and start the game once an hour, it behaves itself pretty well.
Well, that doesn't stop her from returning, much to my displeasure. And Taka is glad to be back and thanks you for saying hello, I suppose. Oh, Jesus. Romanowski and Edita wants to know if you can enable subtitles for these videos. Well, the only option we do have would be the automatic ones, but I don't think they'd help that much. But it's still worth a go. Google is getting better at configuring these, and as long as you have a loud and clear and British voice, it doesn't recognize anything because it's been programmed by illiterate Americans. You know, just illiterate Americans specifically. I'm not calling all Americans out as illiterate. Where was I?
I
Jada wants to
don't
know how hot the water is.
This water is
91 degrees. Are you kidding?
91. Yep.
Are you gonna get that polluted stuff out there eventually?
The polluted oxygen? No, that's not going to be a problem. It'll just remain there.
Ugh, that's gross. Get it away.
Okay, we actually need
I'll
to
also
take
assume
this
the
down.
water was a cool 60 degrees. Well, fooled you there. It's a lot warmer, unfortunately. Potato 2 thinks that 60 degrees is perfect shower temperature. You lunatics.
Okay.
And Vladdy likes to remind people that Mir's wife is, at the very least, always hot and boily. I don't know if having lots of boils on her is a good thing. Hold on. Boiler is a German word. How do you call those? When you bump your head and you get a little outcrop, how do you call those?
A bump?
A bump? Really?
Usually.
Okay, what if it's filled with stuff? It says...
Oh, who's scolding Tammy? Tammy, I'm going to have to put you back on the health
Well,
bed.
why are you getting them in there when it's scalding hot in the first place?
There's no reason to be in there now.
One in case being is, I don't like it when people have bumps. Weird.
Right, Tammy, back on the bed. Tammy at least gets off once she's healthy again. Some people will just stay in the cot forever.
I assume Dykick would like to know if we're a married couple.
No.
No, we're not.
Mia's actually my lodger.
I get pretty cheap rent in return for doing her editing and co-hosting her streams. It's quite a nice deal. That allows her to focus more properly on games while I entertain stream with saltiness. Also, it saves a lot of time in editing. Potato thinks that the auto subtitles of YouTube are always funny. Go activate them and tell me what it tells you, so I can ignore you. Jim Hon would like you to cook Mir. Are we back at the Mir cannibalism topic? Taka would like to point out that she's not an illiterate American. Good for you. Again, I wasn't generalizing, I'm just saying there are a few out there. Unless, of course, you programmed the YouTube subtitle thing, in which case I might have called you that. But in that case, rightfully so. This might be a bit out of context, but Taka's mentioning a goose egg.
Might be a bit out of context. Right, I'm going to bring that through to the outside wall, and actually I should have done both of them.
A die kick would like to have clarification, so basically Mir sells cheap slave.
Not slave.
Housekeeper.
The
only competent person when it comes to managing cleanliness. A kitchen. Organising spice racks, for example, is one of my specialities.
Yep, Mia does organise the kitchen. That wasn't a job that Mia was ever asked to do.
Well, I couldn't work in a kitchen that didn't have any organised... She barely had any spices to begin with. Oh! Taka does not have control over the subtitles of YouTube. Good for you in that case. You're definitely not an illiterate American.
Oh, new friend.
The goose egg was for the bump on the head. You really call those goose eggs? Is that another thing like my grandmother sucking eggs?
Let's have a look. Do we want any of these people?
On a side note, Jim Hon found your description so attractive that he should find himself a lodger too.
Mia is the butler, yes. I'm not particularly...
Mind you, I'm the butler with the painting of himself in here.
No, I think we'll reject all of those.
Some Americans call those nasty bumps on their heads goose eggs.
I've heard that, but it's
haven't.
not something that... Do you know what? I'm going to switch
All
this one
British
to mush
people
bars as
call
well.
this
I've heard it. It's not something that's in
custard
common
pie.
use.
No, that's probably what you call a...
A custard pie.
No, pimple.
Oh. Okay, now we have to move this
fixing
ladder.
Descriptions.
And we can deconstruct this ladder. I had to build... Ooh, not all of it, just the buildings. There we go. Someone's going to get stuck up there, aren't they? Oh, who's scolding Taka?
Well, it's all the people who walk in the 90-degree chamber.
I know. Actually, what we can do is, if we deconstruct that ladder, they'll stop climbing in there.
Speaking about the state of people who keep climbing in there, Dykick would like to know how he is. He'd like to be happy if he's stressed.
Let's have a look. Dykick, you are at 49% stress.
Maybe it's time for some massages then.
There should be the most stressed people. Why are the most stressed people not on the massage table? This one is set for 60%. I think the other one's set for 70. Yeah.
But also would like to point out that British descriptions aren't the world either. It means where else is stone a measurement for weight?
Yeah, I know.
Fair point.
So I should be able to get that the whole way up.
And Potato would like to know what's your current building plan in this game, Sal? And Ralph points out that health and safety nightmare is your plan.
Hey, we're doing this without killing anybody, and for that game, this is good.
Well, 2 people died. At least.
Alright, I'm going to start blocking this off. I needed to get a lot of it built first before we started blocking it off, so that the pressure didn't build up inside, because otherwise it would have just broken the walls. No, Potato, don't do it!
That's a good point. Potato points out that if your plan is a health and safety nightmare, you're doing a bad job at it so far. Most of the people are still alive.
Thank you, Potato,
That's not a good
for
thing.
recognising that most of my people are still alive.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Will somebody come build this tile? Thank you, Vladdy. Oh. Half built the tile, then went to bed. Alright, and we are ready to, oops, build the next level. I will put another layer on the top, but I'll need to dig out another layer above first. And the top's not as important, it's the bottom that risks cracking.
Bell also would like to remind people that in Oxygen Not Included, the duplicants only know the words health and safety from a dictionary.
Yeah, it's something that they've heard of, but they don't really believe in it.
I don't think our colony overlord distributes dictionaries. Doesn't seem like a type of thing. Bell also would like to know why you're putting such thick walls in there.
Partly because the pressure will build up quite high, and so we want to... Actually, I just wanted to see what's the pressure at the moment. How much water? 60 kilos.
Diekick has taken to the moment and now goes to the crafting table to make warning signs to place around the place on every spot on the base. How precious.
We want that to be about 100 kilos.
That's not going to rescue your friends
about
either.
100 kilos. Yes, so partly to handle the pressure of the liquid is why we have thick walls, because it needs a 2 to 3 thickness wall to be able to withstand a weight of water. And the other thing is the insulation. So this is going to build up in... It's going to be some serious temperature in here that we don't want transmitting to the rest of the base.
Ralph would like to remind people that health and safety is not a religion. You can not believe it, and it still exists.
Indeed.
On a side note, do you think duplicants can read? At least that's what Belos is wondering. That's a shower thought, apparently, which makes me concerned. Why are you watching this in your shower? I hope it's not running.
That would be a health and safety issue.
It would.
Right, someone had better be on the massage bed.
Dykik wants to know if there are flowers in Oxygen Not Included. I think they are. You can plant them as decoration. Isn't there a flower right there to the left?
No, that was a cotton plant. Well, a thimbleweed.
Looks like a flower.
That makes... that's what we make clothes out of eventually. But there is... Have I planted any briar plants? No, I haven't. We might be able to see one around the place. There you go. A bristle briar. So that is what passes for a flower. We can dig that up and go plant it in a plant pot, and people will like it because it's pretty. Alright, how are we doing up here? Yeah, reasonably well. Okay, so these pumps now are set up and ready to go. So, having... What's up?
Potato points out that moment when you pull a popcorn shell out of your mouth, but you can't remember the last time you had popcorn. That took her a second.
Gross. Yeah, look at see how everything down here is all heated up.
Ah, Dykik would like to have little flower at our graves.
Oh look, Dykik, there you are, eating next to me. Oh, you just dumped your mush bar on the floor, having eaten part of it.
Hold on a second.
What?
Is one of the containers containing slime?
All of these ones that are emitting...
The ones up there
Stuff.
too, next to the graves, because they...
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, that's gross.
I haven't isolated the slime anywhere because there's nothing to stop the gas from spreading around the base anyway. And polluted oxygen is better than no oxygen.
A fair point, but still. Taka agrees this is really gross, especially if you consider Ralph's point, which is so gross I'm not gonna read it out.
Right, we need more abyssalite. Let's just cut down there. And down there. So food is decayed. Now I imagine that's not our main source. No, this food down here will be fine and there's no rot on the floor. So that'll just be something that was lying around the floor somewhere. Okay, so the heat is now contained.
Daikik would like to imagine how it would look if you'd move our graves and how gross our dead bodies would be.
I think we're little skeletons if we move us. I'm not sure, but I think that's right. Now, next thing, actually we'll give them some digging work to do. We'll get them digging that lot through there. And now we want to set up a place to deal with the carbon dioxide that we're going to get. So we've got the natural gas geysers over there. The water's over here. Can't use this bit because of the chlorine. So I guess, what have we got over here? Snow. So we've got another frozen biome. Oh, and we're right at the edge of the map there, actually. Okay.
Daikik would like to know if I'm getting
I think
ill
we'll
now.
build it here.
Well, to be fair, it's a gross image, and as Potato just pointed out, everybody's breathing in farts in this game. Not all of them are that. Some of them is just naturally smelly air. Unless, of course, you count slime bubbles as slime. I'm not going to go into detail about this topic anymore.
Okay, so it's 25 to the ladder. And I'm not going to let this one pass through. So 1, 2, 3, then another 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we'll let these guys dig through there. Now we need to provide a path through to our reservoir down here.
Potato would like to know how your week was, Sal. Did you get any stories that you could tell chat?
Nothing that immediately comes to mind. Right, I think we'll build those two.
Daikik would like to know if you can use the hot water to make a bubble bath for duplicants like a spa. Well, not a bath per se, but she can make showers, and I hope she's slowly working towards those.
Yes. Alright, so we'll do that, then give them a 2-step. Then we'll dig through there.
Does Mir have any stories? Sal, do I have any stories?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm holding designs in my head whilst talking, so I can't really use memory. Mia said something actually. When was it? Yesterday? That was quite pertinent. It was when you were talking about Bounty Train, because Mia's playing Bounty Train now. And you said, I don't know how you stream while you're playing this game because there's so much to... What was it? It was trying to remember all of the things that needed to be
I'm trying to memorise that half of the bloody country needs cotton for some odd reason.
New duplicants. Let's see if there's anyone interested.
Well, clearly we need a Sal again.
This bit actually.
A redhead Sal?
Oh, I wouldn't mind being redhead. I have dyed my hair red in the past.
Fine, turn into a copper lid then.
Okay. Alright, I'm coming in.
Hold on, version 2.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You want to keep track of all your deaths.
Indeed.
Congratulations, you're back to the colony. Your overlord has returned.
Right, actually, that won't work. So let's cancel that because we're gonna have to dig out this. So they'll be able to get up to here. And then we'll dig a 2 gap there.
Terry Love would like to know if he has missed much saltiness.
Oh, yeah, tons of it.
He had some problems getting some people off of Skype because it's free.
Ah.
My condolences. But also would like to have everybody know that it's confirmed Sal has no soul. Also, Diekick was just being nice to everybody because he wants to become colony president. You'll have to take up with the Overlord, who just arrived to be a more menacing presence among us, I guess. Taka would like to know if we are on Discord.
No. Well, we're part of the Nidd group on Discord, although I must admit I have Discord muted. I check in once every so now and then.
It's a lot of white noise. I gladly admit that, but that's not just inherent to the Nidd Discord. Discord in general just produces a lot of content that I'm not necessarily interested in.
Can they reach that? Yes, they can. It's
I'm told that's a bad thing to say because,
a lot of people talk a lot on Discord. It's not that Discord produces white noise.
Well, if I'm not blaming it on Discord, what else am I blaming it on? Do you want me to blame the viewers? I'm gladly do that. It's all your fault, chat. You did it. You made this happen, and now we shall all suffer for it. Oh, Samir has now collected 104 grams of salt. Also, Diekick gives the new Sal a present, some flowers, and a hug as a welcome gift.
Diekick's my favourite duplicant.
Oh, now you can't play favoritism. That's bad. But also just checked something in another tab with this one still running in the background, and every third sound you heard from us sounded like a fart? What? Sal, why do you keep interrupting me after every 2 sounds I make?
What?
Yeah, you heard me. Anyway, Ralph would like to remind Terry that he has missed 103 grams of salt. I'd like to disagree. I'm pretty sure he's been here for half of that at least.
Indeed.
And Terry just had to close the curtains as the evening is drawing in.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Well, why close the curtain then? It's going to be dark outside, so there's no need to keep the sun out. Potato reminds people that Mir only uses Discord to take care of servers and deal with Potato, who occasionally annoys me there, yes. And Taka blows a raspberry at me. That's quite rude, just spitting an entire raspberry towards me.
No, blows a raspberry, that's where you go like that.
I liked it more when I was imagining her putting tiny berries in her mouth and just spitting them at people. Terry Love is upset. All that salt and no vinegar. What a waste. We do have vinegar. I'm proficient at stocking those things. And Ralph asks, how dare I? Fairly easily, I'll let you know that. And Diekick can't choose between Sal and Mir. Both are awesome. Well,
oh, thank you.
You don't have to. We're both streaming on the same bloody channel, even though everybody keeps insisting I put something on mine.
Somebody give me some salt.
Hold on, that's my thing. And Diekick, for some odd reason, now hides from Bell also. We're terribly sorry if he scared you.
Yeah, people are not happy because they're walking through, dealing with all this polluted water.
Ah, I see. Terry Love is on the first floor, so people can look in.
Ah.
I know that feeling. The weirdos from the second floor across the street have a pig.
Yeah, we are on a higher floor and Mir is the one who is peering through.
Plus, I'm pretty sure the guy on the right apartment on the third floor with the glasses is a serial killer. At least he eats muesli every morning, and that's weird. I mean, you gotta change it up at some point. A little bit of bread. Why are they walking into...
They're sweeping because I haven't given them anything to do. Right, time to think about, time to plan out we're right on the edge of the map. So this biome can't be that big. We haven't got much space. We've drained all of the water and we've got a nice water drain going. So, I think we might build our little carbon thingy here. Yes, let's do that then.
Taka points out that you got it right. She learned the phrase blowing a raspberry when she had to close caption Space Jam. Oh no, when she had the closed captioning on Space Jam. Who's blowing a raspberry in space? Oh, hold on. I remember. Never mind, that's a stupid question. Virtually half of the cast does that. Jim Hon would like to have would like Mir to have a salt video. I used to be better at this at some point.
Okay, let's go down there. And people are not going to like this. Oops. Typo. But I am going to need them to remove that and then dig through there to just drain that bit of water away.
Potato would like to point out that Sal is his favourite. Sal, that's a point where you say...
Thank you, Potato.
There you go. Jim Horn makes my salt video very easy because it just has the train song on repeat and it's raining salt. Quite a waste of salt if you ask me, but right. And then what's the point of making that? You get that every time you tune into the Mir show. And Terry Love points out that Mir seems to be the neighbourhood watch.
Hey, Mir is the neighbourhood curtain twitcher.
We don't have curtains. They're a nightmare to wash, especially in a city environment. They just collect everything. Ugh. All that
Right,
smog.
now, let me think.
Well, I'm not a curtain twitcher. I'm fairly open about that. I stand up on the balcony and I stare at them, trying to convince them to move away by just looking at them.
Want some space.
Diekick is requesting a day off. He's been working 2 months in a row now. Straight. Oh, you get half the day off every time. Okay, not half. You get a fifth of the... No, the sixth of the day... Yeah, that's a sixth. A sixth of the day off to sleep. Isn't that nice? You should appreciate your colony leader more.
Oh, okay. Actually, no. We will move that along a little. Sorry, I'm working on my design in my head while you witter.
Bell also was just browsing your YouTube playlists, and he's wondering, did you mean to keep your music playlist public?
Yeah, I've had that public since, I don't know, about 2010 or something. And somebody once asked me in stream or on YouTube or something, asked me what kind of music, because we've been talking about music in something, and I said I had a playlist on YouTube. And a few people have been and watched it since, so every so now and then I add something to it, and I just clean up all of the old videos that I'd added which have been deleted since and stuff. I thought, yeah, if you want to know, there it is. It's not my entire taste in music, but it's a random selection of videos that I've particularly enjoyed for one reason or another.
Also, where the wild roses grow, that's a nice choice, points Bell also out. Bell also points out,
Right, we are... Now, just a second, I'm going to need to concentrate on this. So if that is going to be the outer wall, I'd like to build this out of abyssalite as well, just to keep the heat out rather than in. Oh, and of course, they can't reach there.
Of course.
What?
Sal, what do you call an angry Sal?
I don't know what you call an angry Sal.
A salty.
Ah.
Ralph suggested a sugary or a peppery. Not quite as punny, but still horrible. Diekick is starting to paint signs for a strike. We won't stand for this. We won't stand for this. Well, sit for it then. Vladdy would like to know if you enjoy metal music, Sal.
Some.
Name
I wouldn't
examples.
describe myself as an
Metalhead.
avid metal fan, but I have seen AC/DC in concert. I have... what was that? There was Ronnie James Dio. I remember listening to quite a few things by Dio. Right, that's going to be where the ladder goes, so we can... Right, just bear with me a second, people. I'm going to need to concentrate on this design to get it right. Because especially building from the top down is more difficult from building bottom up. What we're going to have is a gas pipe. Igneous rock will do fine. And that is going to pump in carbon dioxide. Where's the gas vent? Copper will do. And then below that...
Potato seems to be upset with your choice of divinals I touch myself.
I really, really like the video. I think it is one of the sexiest raunchy, even though you don't see anything.
Let's skip that topic. Dikick requests a day off. Don't do that. The last time I requested a day off, I almost died.
Oxygen has the air scrubber.
Terry Love would like to know if you can eject revolting workers off the asteroid and out into space. I think there's a solid crust around the thing that you can't breach.
Right, so the ladder is going there. I'm going to want Wheezeworts either side.
While we're at the top of the music, I've visited one metal concert in my entire life. Some people might even know them. I wasn't happy with it, but I've been to a JBO concert. Something like James Blast Orchestra. It's a fun metal band, which a friend of mine thought would be a good introduction to metal as a genre, because I seem to have all the qualities to appreciate metal, but apparently I don't. And they wanted to change that. So they took me to a concert, which didn't work. I was the only one who dressed up in a suit. But I got a lot of compliments about my choice of tie because it was in the matching band colours.
Oh, new friends.
You need to let me finish, Bill, so I just call them out as a fun parody metal band. Even calls it fun metal on the Wikipedia page.
Noodle arms, irritable bowel, bottom. I don't want a bottomless stomach, and I don't want a noodle arms.
And hold on a second.
What?
Why do Ralph just assumes because I have all the visual qualities of metal fan, I look emo? That's not how it works. Usually people who look emo don't like metal. They seem, as far as I understand that, to be more leaning towards punk. But then, of course, that's all just prejudice and they can listen to whatever they want. I just don't see the direct association with emo and metal. There's a clear distinction between these people. Or at least so I have been told, because usually I don't like to associate with a direct music genre and then base my entire identity around it. Unless you're talking about classical music. I too would like to wear some powdered wigs and big hats.
Please excuse me ignoring you, Mia.
Very kind of you. I seem to have convinced Bill also by stating or citing the Wikipedia article. Again, I'm not a big fan of metal. Not at all, actually. But a friend's trying to change that, so they thought JBO would be the easiest introduction to the genre itself. Unfortunately, an actual concert wasn't that fascinating to me as he had hoped. There was beer everywhere, and I'm not good with that whole headbanging mosh pit thing. Luckily, I still managed to look good in my suit despite all of that going on around me. Vladdy grew up with Iron Maiden, Judas Priest and Motorhead. He mostly prefers satanic black or plain black metal. Also loved death, doom and pagan and folk. If that's what you enjoy, please carry on doing so. All I'm saying is I am unfortunately not blessed with the same taste in music. Ralph only likes game soundtracks, the old Coldplay and Gorillaz. I hope that's a distinction. I don't exactly remember Coldplay and Gorillaz being game soundtracks. Potato, on the other hand, listens to goth singer Voltaire. Yet he's not really into goth music. It's just music he listens to because it feels good on the ears. Well, that's generally the purpose of music. Another reason why I don't like associating with the music genre directly, there are differences in all of them, and most of them are just hit and miss, regardless of music genre. Anyway, after the stream's over, Bill also is planning on going through Sal's playlist, pick out the songs he knows, and put them on repeat. And Potato likes the new Gorillaz album. And Ralph is pointing towards Human Z. Or Z. I don't know, is it an American band? I assume so.
Yeah. I think one of the things about my music taste that tends to frustrate anyone who's a bit purist is that there's always something in every genre that I find to like. So I like a bit of metal, but I like a bit of disco. I like a bit of house. I like a bit of jazz. And yeah, that can upset some purists who are, well, because there are some music genres that just do not like each other and refuse to like each other, and me liking both of them is a bit like, what's that thing in West Side Story where there's opposite gangs and I'm trying to belong to both gangs at the same time?
Anyway, Bell also would like to know if you've heard of Rammstein.
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
I mean, I heard of that one, and I don't like the genre. I shall send you links later on or something, because chat will probably insist on me doing that. But Taka has heard of Rammstein. And the last concert Terry visited was in 1981. Tangerine Dream at Edinburgh Festival. Anyway, Ralph has to go. He has school tomorrow, so goodbye.
Oh, bye, Ralph. Thanks for joining us.
And Diekick is now setting up a spy camera that looks at Sal's house. Well, joke's on you. We don't have walls here, so she doesn't really have a house in the colony.
True.
Oh yeah, I was right. Bell also seemed awfully confused at you not knowing of them, and now he insists that I provide you with links. And Belorsa can also relate. If it sounds good, he will nod his head along to the beat. Purists be damned.
Yeah. And I can dance to pretty much anything. That's something that I self-proclaim.
Even nothing.
Even nothing. I proved that to Mia one day. I can't remember. Oh, you... What, really? You all want to come this way?
I thought about dying up there, so yes. Are you talking about me?
Just all these idiots. I hope I've mopped all of this. Yeah, I have. Okay. Otherwise they'd all be upset about walking that way as well as insisting on it.
Iron Maiden's Killers album in 1981 is some of the best albums bloody has heard. Also, there is the Judas Priest album of 1977, Sin After Sin. I'm sure they're all good, but again, not my taste.
Okay.
Why don't we
so
trail
what's
off
up
into
to
music?
70?
Sal, do something.
Babom is at 70, so Babom, you better be on the big on the. Why is no one on the table? Oh, because we're out of power. Why is no one on the generator?
Taka would like to know how she's doing.
Taka, you are at 53%.
Well, better zoom in on her.
Hang on, Mia, I'm a bit kind of concerned about things at the moment.
Nothing's more important than the well-being of individual duplicants.
Right, but
people
Bomb
wanting to know
is
about
on the bed. Okay. Ah, so am I. Ah, yeah, but
of course you do.
come on, people.
Mia's
Get
now
on
collected
those.
106 grams of salt.
We obviously need more people on power. Right, Beloso, what
Here's a
were you?
quote.
No, you're the cook.
From you, captured by Belorsu. Sal said all these idiots kept walking up there while the water was still flowing. It's a funny. You laugh now.
Oh, one moment.
Oxygen not included, the game where Sal calls people idiots and no one cares. Well, I've called stream chat and viewers a bunch of losers, and nobody cared either. Darkick wants to know if we've got a break room already. We've got a massage table. We don't really have rooms.
Right. I'm going to stop all of this nonsense by getting them to dig something that won't allow them to go up that way in future.
Sal, guess who didn't have to go?
I don't know. Who didn't have to go?
Ralph.
Oh. Welcome back. Oh. I don't know if welcome back's right when you never left. Right, how are we doing for Abyssalite? I think we might have enough to put in a bit more.
I see. Bill also points out it is not about them caring that I call them all a bunch of losers, it's about them knowing better than me. Oh really, do you know? I can see assault coming from over here already. Diekick would like to have a computer so he can watch you stream Oxygen Not Included. Haven't we completed all our research yet already?
Yeah, we have all the researches done.
Well, I guess that means no computer for people. And Jim Hon points out that it's just because they like to be abused by me. Okay, I'll stop calling you a bunch of losers then. Also, I'm supposed to get a banana now. I had grapes, so I'll be fine.
Right, I'm going to cancel that for the moment because this is going to have some water come down and I want it to be able to drain through.
Also, Potato just sent you some music of his own so you can listen to that and then form your opinions about him. Try and say what? Jim Hon, Ralph wants me to say something. Should I say that? Well, I said that, so I guess... What? Jim Hon is confused that me eating grapes. No, I wasn't having wine. Just normal, old, regular grapes, because they're nice. You need to stay on top of your fruits. Something Sal doesn't do properly.
Oh, no, I do. What about... I must have eaten a pint of cherry milk every day.
Well, that doesn't count. You and your ice cream cherries.
No, it's cherries, but cherries that have been frozen that I then pour a pint of milk over.
It's not an apple.
It's a cherry.
I know.
Good for you.
I pointed that out.
Very, very cooling. Ah, okay. They've actually just taken away the water themselves. That's good.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Diekick's demands are growing. He'd like to have a private room filled with a statue, a flower, a painting, a shower, a fridge, a bed, an eating desk, and that's mostly everything. Thank you very much.
I think that can be arranged, but in due course. You'll just have to remind me when we get round to doing separate rooms for everybody. So there will be small... The way I'm going to do separate rooms is everybody will get their own little platform. Can't actually... I don't want to use doors because I want Puffed to be able to fly through the base.
Well, yes, we did try Factorio at one point. But unfortunately somebody decided to go to sleep prematurely and then this entire stream just revolved around
Mia and I played a lot of Factorio, but that was just off camera.
Yeah, but we did have
Factorio.
one on camera stream.
We did. I got very drunk.
Yeah, I know.
And fell asleep.
Bill also would like to know about the Totenhausen or the Alster. Well, I'm not a big fan of them either, but I have to admit that there are some few exceptions I liked. For example, Junge was something I really enjoyed. It was a nice song. The music video was interesting too at my age. And you've done it now. Diekick will now remind you every stream multiple times till he gets what he demands. And I'm pretty sure his list of demands will just keep growing. At one point, he'll want to have his own grave too in there. So he can be buried with all of his treasures.
Oh, stress is reaching 80%. I need to find out. Right, potato. I need to get on top of this before someone starts destroying things.
It seems pretty stressful across the board, so...
Yeah, which probably means that they're walking through water. So can I mop anything? What about this?
Oh geesh, Tammy Patton points out that the workers are going to be ununionized. No, unionized. We ionize them? When?
Alright, potato in particular, what's wrong?
Ralph would like to know what everyone's favourite sport is. Personally, his is rugby. I don't have a personal sport, neither in terms of exercising it or of watching it. Generally speaking, I usually prefer to enact a sport than to watch it. I don't get any enjoyment out of staring at a few people chase a football around the field, no matter how much la-di-da is around that.
No, people are just upset because they've had interrupted sleep and the place isn't nice.
I've done it now. Diekick is happy with the idea of a private tomb. He'd also like to have a pyramid added on top of it. Jim Hon's favourite sport is bog snorkeling. And Tammy Patton points out that they're forming a union. Oh, a union! I don't know why I was thinking about ionizing people. Works too, I guess. But also would like to know if esports counts. And Taka doesn't do sports. Terry Love is avoiding sports, actually. And no, esports don't count. And Ralph points out that this is why rugby is so much better than football. I don't see why. I'm pretty sure you make a big tra-la-la around that thing too in the States, where you just watch guys carry a hand deck around the place all the entire time. Eventually kick it a few times, or kick your opponents, or kick your teammate. I appreciate people who have fun going in there and doing that because it provides them with some fun. But I don't like watching it. It's really uninteresting to me. Then again, I'm also the type of person who doesn't enjoy watching Let's Plays or watching streams.
Somebody at work actually made the comment when there was an esports, I don't know, quarterfinals or something were being held in Manchester. And so there was the local newspaper had made a mention of it. And he couldn't believe it. He was like, people actually spend time watching other people play computer games. And I was saying, how much time do you spend watching the football on the telly? And he's like, but that's different.
How?
It's like, how? It's like, and he eventually said, yeah, I get your point.
In the end, Diekick would like to actually just have his own base off to the side of the real one. I told you the demands are getting bigger and bigger. At the end, he wants his own asteroid too.
New friends. Let's see if we've got anybody decent. So this is a no, this is a no.
Hold on a second there, Ralph. That's a bit presumptuous.
Reject
He points
all.
out that the difference is that on the one hand you have a load of metrosexuals running around the field with drunk fatties screaming at them, or you can have some huge guys smash into each other with a ball with no purpose other to get to a line. I don't think you... you'd also have the fat people screaming at them too. That just because it's rugby doesn't exclude those types of fans of the fan base. Speaking of fan base, the stream's over.
Let's just finish building this.
Also, but also would like to point out that there's something on the right. I don't know what this was about.
Something on the right.
The spotted cow would like to have a bed and some grass. We've got slime.
It's
the closest we have to grass.
Or I could use a bristle briar. A couple of bristle briars.
And they don't sound tasty.
Why are people not running in the wheel? Oh, because the batteries are full. Okay, I've set it so that the batteries, so they'll run in the wheel until the battery's at 75%. Stress is coming down a bit.
Potato just saw a post that said every villain is a hero in their own mind, and then pointed out, so that explains why Mir is Mir. Oh, don't worry, I don't regard myself as a hero. One to rescue, you weirdos. Anyway, the stream's over and people want to know if you plan on having another stream shortly afterwards.
Look into me. I think that's his happy face.
No, it's not.
I don't know, chat. Would you like another hour of Oni in... I fancy some cherry milk now. Yeah,
Of course
that
you
would
do.
be a 20-minute break for cherry milk. And then we could continue.
Ralph points out that esports is dumb, especially betting on it. Athletes can be different on different days, which makes betting a good business. However, esports players don't change, really. Still, you could boil both of them down to a set of variables that can change on a daily basis. We should probably stop trying to alienate one of the forms of sport out there. Generally speaking, that's counterproductive. And people are begging you for more streams.
Okay, more streams it is.
Except for Ralph, who has to go to bed. We're terribly sorry.
Oh.
He cried dry Tim. Well, good for dry Tim. If you cry on him, he gets a bit of moisture.
Alright, I'm going to get to dig that so we've got a bit more abyssalite. But okay, we shall... Let's see, it's night time, everybody's asleep, so we shall leave it there for the moment. I'm going to get some cherry milk, so 10 to 20 minutes, and we'll be back for the next session. So thanks for watching, and and thanks for listening to Mia's constant monologues there.
Well, that's the only thing that's happening here because you've decided to go into silent
I haven't been able to get a word
sweaty
in
try-hard mode.
edgeways.
When I leave a pause to let you say something, you just sit there and do stuff without actually saying anything.
Anyway, we'll be back shortly. Bye-bye.